Most men don't realize that the moment they start reacting to a woman's every move, they've already lost the game. You see it all the time. She pulls back, they immediately chase. She takes longer to reply, they double text. She acts distant, and they start explaining themselves or apologizing for things that don't even need apologies. What they don't understand is that she's not doing it to frustrate them. She's doing it to feel them, to see if they're really who they said they were or if it was all just talk. That's why I'm telling you, holding frame isn't optional, it's necessary. Holding frame is about emotional discipline. It's about staying rooted no matter how the energy around you shifts. Think of it like standing in the middle of a storm. The winds are crazy, the sky's dark, everything around you is shaking, but you're steady, calm, grounded. When she pulls away, you don't go chasing after her like a dog chasing a car. You remain in your space, confident that what's meant for you will move toward you, not away. When she gets distant, you don't panic. You lean back too. Not out of spite, not out of some childish game, but out of respect for yourself. And here's the thing. She's watching. Not just what you say, but how you handle yourself under pressure. If you fold the second she creates space, she'll know you're just like every other guy who gets emotionally thrown off balance the moment things don't go his way. But if you can stay calm, grounded, and unaffected, she'll start seeing you differently. Not as someone who needs her, but as someone who chooses her. That's the difference. That's the energy that makes her lean back in, wondering why you're not scrambling for her attention. And that's when you win. Most guys don't realize they're being played by emotional waves because they don't even know it's happening. One day she's warm and soft, texting you first, laughing at your jokes, making you feel like you're the only one in the world. The next day she's cold, distant, barely responding, giving one-word replies. And what do most men do? They panic. They start chasing that first version of her, thinking, what did I do wrong? How do I get her back to how she was before? That's exactly where they fail. That's how they become the puppet. The puppet reacts to every little emotional shift she makes. She gets cold, he gets nervous, she gets distant, he starts explaining himself or sending long messages. But here's the truth no one told you. When you dance to every emotional swing she throws at you, you show her you can't lead. You show her that her emotions control you. And no woman respects that, no matter what she says. What makes you different is becoming the mirror, not the puppet. You don't resist her moods, you reflect them back calmly. If she pulls back, you give her space effortlessly, like it doesn't even bother you. If she comes close again, you don't hold a grudge, you just welcome her with peace. That's when she starts to feel something different, respect. She realizes you're not here to play games, but you're also not here to perform like a clown for her attention. You reflect, you don't react. You're steady, you're calm, you're in control. And that calmness makes her curious. She starts wondering what it is about you that's different, why you don't get thrown off like the others. That's the power of being the mirror. That's how you separate yourself from every other guy. Silence is one of the most powerful tools you have, but most men are terrified of it. The second things go quiet, their mind starts racing. Is she losing interest? Did I do something wrong? Should I text her first to fix this? That panic energy is exactly what kills attraction. The man who truly understands how this works knows that silence isn't a threat, it's a tool. And the way you use that tool separates you from everyone else she's ever dealt with. Instead of seeing silence as rejection, you see it as tension. And tension is good. Tension builds curiosity, emotion, and desire. When you don't rush to fill every quiet moment, you're showing her you're not desperate for her attention. You're showing her that you're comfortable with yourself, with your life, with your path. And here's the truth. If you're feeling that silence, she is too. She's wondering, thinking, analyzing. And the more you can sit in that silence, with calm energy, the more powerful you become in her mind. It's like holding your breath underwater. The longer you can stay down there calmly, the more the other person starts to break first. That's when she starts to reach out. That's when she starts to lean back in. Not because you chased, but because your stillness made her feel something deeper. And when you finally do speak, you don't explain. You don't justify. You don't write essays about why you've been quiet. You let your actions speak for you. You say something simple, direct, and calm. I've been busy. That's it. No fluff, no overthinking, no guilt. Silence makes your words carry more weight. Silence builds mystery, and mystery builds attraction. Most guys are noise. You're silence with presence. That's how you win. One of the biggest mistakes men make in relationships is thinking that being consistent means being predictable. They confuse loyalty with routine, and while loyalty is powerful, predictability is boring. You could be the nicest, most respectful guy in the world, but if she knows exactly how every conversation is going to go, exactly how you'll respond to everything she says, exactly what mood you'll be in tomorrow, she's going to slowly start disconnecting. Why? Because women don't just want comfort. They want to feel. They want emotional variety. They want to feel alive when they're with you, like anything can happen, like you're not a movie they've seen before. That doesn't mean acting out, being toxic, or starting fights just to shake things up. It means having layers. It means sometimes making her laugh when she's expecting you to be serious. It means sometimes challenging her when she's testing you, instead of always being agreeable. It means knowing when to bring light energy, jokes, and fun, and when to show your depth, your ambition, your vision. If all you ever bring is the nice guy routine, you'll fade into the background of her life. But if you can keep her, guessing in a good way, you stay on her mind. Think about it like this. If every song on an album sounded exactly the same, you'd get tired of it no matter how good it is. Attraction works the same way. She doesn't want you to be wild or unstable. She just wants to feel like being around you is an experience, not a chore. Emotional variety keeps that spark alive. It makes her curious about you, interested in you, drawn to you, because she knows with you, it's never going to be dull. You're not just safe, you're alive. Most guys think they have to choose between being the nice guy or the bad boy to win with women. They either go full soft, trying to please her and avoid conflict, or they swing the other way, acting cold, distant, or arrogant to seem like they're in control. Both of those extremes fail. Why? Because neither one is real. And deep down, women don't want someone pretending to be perfect or someone pretending not to care. What they really want is a man who's real, a man who owns both his strengths and his flaws without apology. Being real means you don't hide your imperfections. You don't need to pretend you have everything figured out. You don't need to perform like some polished version of yourself to impress her. You can show her your ambition, your hunger, your humor, but also your mistakes, your struggles, and the parts of you that are still a work in progress. That kind of honesty is rare. Most people are hiding behind masks. But when you show up fully, as yourself, without needing her approval, you separate yourself from every other man she's ever dealt with. And here's the key. You don't need her, but you choose her. That's powerful. When a woman feels like you're with her because you genuinely want to be, not because you're desperate for attention or validation, that's when she feels the deepest respect and connection. You don't get that by playing. It's safe. You get that by standing on who you are. Not perfect, not flawless, just real. And in a world full of fake, real is rare. That's what keeps her interested. That's what makes her stay. It's not about being what you think she wants. It's about being fully yourself and letting her meet you there. That's how you win.